So what's up, everybody? Today's video is going to be just a review of, I'm going to go over the things I use to wash my truck. For those that don't know, my truck's 2021 Chevy Colorado. And I apologize if you hear something going woo-woo. It's some dumbass gnome that my stepdad has on our porch that has a sensor in front of it. So if you constantly hear that, I apologize. It apparently thinks there's something in front of it when there's not. But so as you can see, my paint, wow, words are hard. As you can see, my truck's paint is pretty well taken care of. I've had the truck since July, so I've only had it a few months. I've made, I think, maybe 2 or 3 payments on it so far. But I try to take care of it. I don't really take care of washing the bed because I'm just going to get it rhino-lined, and they're going to have to scuff it up and scratch it and all that shit with Brillo pads or sandpaper or however they do it. So I'm not too worried about it. And then I'm going to get a tonneau cover to put on top of the bed. So there's that. And also for the tailgate as well. So this is everything that I use normally. There's some things that I haven't shown, which is just the buckets I use and the microfiber wash mitt from Adams polishes that I use. I used it this morning and yesterday, so it is dirty, so I don't have it out here. It's just being cleaned or washed, or it needs to be washed, and it's got water on it. I'm not trying to have water all over my truck. Like I said, I understand it's in the bed. It's also probably about 8 o'clock in the morning, so there you go. So like I said, this is everything I use normally to clean my truck. I explain what I use them for. Some of them, it's self-explanatory because it says it on the bottle what they're for, and that's what they get used for. Now, this is a reminder. I'm not a master detailer by any means. There are some methods that I do that they don't approve of. Like, I don't put grit guards in my wash bucket. I don't do any of that stuff. So, I mean, my paint's decent. It's not the best. I'm pretty sure if you held an inspection light up to it, you'd probably see swirls and stuff. I mean, it looks good to me. So, I'm not going for a Concours level detail because this ain't a fucking priceless Lamborghini or Bugatti or something. So, I'm not worried about it. And it does get daily driven. So, because to prove that point, there's a lot of rock chips right here. All the white spots are rock chips. And like this Expel or this protection film, I don't know why I say Expel. This protection film, it doesn't really do its job because there's rocks that have actually hit it. I'm sure they went underneath it. And it doesn't go very far because it only goes to where you can see. There's the line right there. So, I mean, there's rocks that have went past it. But anyway, like I said, I'm not a pro. I do enough to make my truck look nice, and that's all I care about. So, yeah. So these are, like I said, this is everything that I use on a daily basis or every time I wash it. Just something I want to point out. If you use some kind of a graphene wash or ceramic wash, or you have a ceramic coating or a graphene coating or polish, or I mean not polish, or a wax or some kind of sealant on the paint, it will make getting bugs off of the paint so much more easier. So much easier. Oh, wow. Like I said, words are hard. I use, and you'll see a lot of Exoforma stuff here because I do like their stuff and I will continue to buy it. So shout out to them. Everything here is paid for by me. I'm not sponsored. I'm not a big YouTuber. So everything that's on the tailgate of my truck, I've paid for with my own money. So let's just throw that out there. So usually what I start by doing is I usually start cleaning the wheels first. So, and this is a brand new truck. This truck's not really bad about brake dust really at all. I very rarely see very much on it, but I do keep up with my stuff as well. Probably in the next 3 months, once I have this truck for about 6 months, I'll take the wheels off and I'll clean the inside of them very thoroughly and clean the back of the tires, clean everything, make sure they look nice, and then put them back on the truck. I'll probably rotate them at that point also. But I mean, I'm paying for the dealership to do it, so I'll let them do it when I get the oil changed, which will be coming up here soon. But because I'm one of those people that I take the wheels off of every vehicle I own, doesn't matter if it's a new or used, and I clean the wheels anytime I can. So that way they don't end up disgusting and ruined because of the brake dust that just cakes on and cakes on and cakes on and can't be removed. So the inside of the barrels of my wheels, as you can see, are spotless. They will remain spotless. But usually what I do, like I said, is I clean the wheels and tires first. So what I do is, also there's another thing that I don't have out here that I'll go show y'all in a second that I use. I use Adams wheel and tire cleaner. I do have it diluted in here with water. I don't really have a precise mixture. I would assume maybe it's 10 to 1. I have no idea. I don't use it full strength just because I kind of made that mistake twice, and you see how much is already gone. So, and then I also use an IK Foam Pro 2 sprayer that I got, I think, from Adams, I believe. I bought that from Adams, and I think I also bought that IK sprayer from Adams as well. And this one is the HC TR1. So I use this only for bug remover. That's it. Nothing else goes in that bottle. I don't switch chemicals back and forth. Just like the only thing that goes in here is wheel cleaner or degreaser. That's it. But 99% of the time, wheel cleaner will stay in here. So I also use Exoforma's citrus cleaner, or all-purpose cleaner, but I really only use this to put in a pump sprayer, a really big like gallon pump sprayer. And like if it's been raining for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, like it has before I washed my truck yesterday, my truck was filthy. I don't want to be getting my wash mitt, which I understand there's one on the floor, so don't freak out. The truck will have a lot of shit on it, dirt, mud, just road debris or contamination, whatever you want to call it, road film. And I don't want to get that and swirl it into my paint because my truck's black. It shows everything. So every little rock chip, every little scratch, every little imperfection will show up. So with that being said, I get that, and I foam the parts of the truck that I know get the most, I wouldn't say use, but that see the most dirt. So the doors, the side of the bed, the quarter panel on the bottom right here, back here where the back tires go, same thing on the front. I really just do most of the side of the truck. I do the front fenders, I do the hood, I do a part of the hood, and I do the grill and the bumper. I also do the tailgate and the rear bumper with my license plate and all that jazz. And then the same thing repeats on the opposite side. Now, I also, when I do that, I'm going step by step is what I do. So I do the wheels first, then I go and I rinse the truck off, then I go and spray the all-purpose cleaner on the truck with the sprayer. Then I go on the front and I spray my bug remover on the front of the truck. And most of the places that I like to focus on is the mirrors, the windshield, the A-pillars, which is up there on the sides, which I never really see any bugs on there, but they do like to hide in the black paint if you don't pay attention. The top part of the hood right here, the headlights, the grill, the bumper, my light bar, obviously, the bottom part of the bumper, and even the bottom parts right here where the tow hooks are supposed to be if this was four-wheel drive, right there also, because you'd be surprised, there will be bugs and shit underneath there. Inside where the fog lights would be, parts of the fender, like the side of the bumper right here, everything. If it's on the front of the vehicle, I spray it with bug remover, and then I let it sit, and then I leave all that on top of the truck. I leave the citrus cleaner, I leave the bug remover on here, and then I foam the truck. Now, I usually use, and this is going to be a pretty long video because I got to explain what I do and how I do it. I usually use either Exoforma's Super Foam soap, or I use Honeydew Snow Foam. And then I use it in a Trinova foam gun or foam cannon. Now, I don't know if it's just me or if it's just my pressure washer, but I do use Adams pressure washer 2.0 that they have, their electric one. It does what I need it to do. There's a few things I don't like about it, but I'll go over that in another video. But that foam cannon does not create the foam I want it to make. I want the foam that comes out of the cannon to stick to the truck, not just be kind of watery and run down. Some detailers like it to be runny, others like it to cling. I kind of want it to cling, but I don't know if it's just me or if it's that. So I'll buy another one from like MTM and I'll see what's what. But anyway, that's what I use. I foam up the paint, let it sit for a minute, and like I said, I let it sit. I go and get my wash bucket ready, which is over there. I don't use the 2-bucket method, so you can critique me if you want. I don't care. If my truck gets bad enough where I have to have it detailed correctly, I will. If I have to have it, have the paint, what's it called, buffed and corrected and all that stuff, then I'll do that too. I don't care. I'm not going to do it. I'll let somebody else do it. But I'll let the foam sit for a little while. I'll let it sit for about a few minutes, not too long, especially since I come home around this time, so that I'm having to race the sun so it doesn't dry the stuff on the paint. But I foam that up with the pressure washer, let it sit, and then I go and rinse the truck off. Then I start washing. You always wash from the top down. So I do the roof first, and then I start on the front of the truck. Sometimes I mix up and start on the back, which you shouldn't do, because like I said, that's where a lot of the dirt is, because it gets kicked up on the back of the tailgate from the truck. So I start with the front, work my way back on each side. I don't let it sit. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It really just depends. But I'll do that. I'll do the whole truck. I'll do inside the wheel wells because there's this little strip right here that's painted. There's not one on the front. I do the top, do the back glass. I do the front, do the windshield, all that stuff, and then I rinse it off. Excuse me. And then I dry it off. And then this is what I put in the wash bucket. I don't put this in the foamer. You can use it on the foam cannon, and it's supposed to be nice and foamy. It does okay. Like I said, it's very runny, so I don't know if that's just me. I don't use foam. I don't use hot water or warm water. They say to use. I've seen people use cold water, and it works just fine. I've used cold water before, and it works perfectly, so I have a feeling that it's probably my foam cannon. Or it might be that my pressure washer is not strong enough. I don't know. I do have a gas pressure washer that's over 3,000 PSI, so I'll hook that up one day and try it and see what's what. So anyway, and then like I use the dashing glass for the glass just because I like it. I try to use invisible glass, but I feel like that kind of streaks a lot more than this does. That doesn't streak. So I use a glass cleaning towel from Exoforma, which I have in our dirty laundry basket, so I can't show you, but I used it earlier to clean my windshield, clean the inside of it. But I don't, like I said, I don't scrub or clean the tailgate or the bed or the tailgate. People might critique me for that. People might bitch and moan. I don't care. It's my truck, so I could give two shits less. And if somebody used this as a work truck, they're definitely not going to do that. So, whatever. But as far as the exterior of the paint and the wheels and whatever else is out here, the roof, the glass, I stay on top of it fairly well. Some days I get lazy and I shouldn't, and I don't dry the truck off with a towel and my Master Blaster Sidekick, and it gets water spots on it. I have a water spot remover, so if it gets bad enough, I'll just do that. But you can see the paint's still nice and glossy. This is a gloss paint. It's not metallic, so there's no metal flakes in it. As you can see, it's just gloss. Hi. But there you go. And like on the interior, and of course there's a fucking train, like I said in my other video, every time. I cleaned my floor mats yesterday. It was really just this one, which is a driver one, which obviously gets the most use. I used the Chemical Guys vinyl and floor mat cleaner or whatever it is. I really won't be buying that again because it's not really that good. It does okay. I apologize for the train. I have to yell over it, but you really would be better off just using an all-purpose cleaner or something like that, or a degreaser, and diluting it probably 10-to-1 or something like that. I don't clean it very often because they don't get very dirty, so I figured I would go ahead and clean them yesterday. But as far as the dash, I just wipe it off because it doesn't get very dirty either. But I've only had the truck for a few months, so. But as long as you keep up with it and you stay on top of it, it won't get dirty anyway, or it won't get that dirty. But like my stepdad, he doesn't give a shit about his car, and it stays filthy. So, one thing I do want to note is if you look at his trunk, the water beads up right here, but it doesn't do it anywhere else. I use this spot. This is just, I guess it really pertains to it, but this spot I used a detail graphene spray that Exoforma makes just to see how well it does, and that's just me spraying it and wiping it one time. That's it. It's not an actual physical coating. It's just a detail spray. That's another thing that I have on my truck is the detail spray. I have the actual coating, but I don't want to fuck it up and put it on and it not work. And because I live where there's no shade and it's always hot as shit out here, I can't do it myself because there's shit in my garage, as you can see. So I don't want to do it underneath a tree, because if something falls in the truck, or falls on the truck, or a bird shits on the truck for whatever reason, I have to stop and then rewash the truck again, and I'm not trying to do all that. So, and I work at night, so I'm gonna sleep during the day anyway. But I'll just pay somebody to do it. But there you go. That's what I use. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. But my next few videos, my next one will probably be my review of the IK sprayer, and then that I'll do both of those, this sprayer and that one, in the same video, just because they're made by the same company. And then I'll do a review on that Adams pressure washer, and I'll probably do that today since I'm already out here. But and then I'll make another video on what I decided as far as suspension on my truck, because I said I was going to lift it, but I'm kind of having my doubts or my second chances or second guesses. So anyway, there you go. That's what I use to wash my truck. That's the methods I use. That's how I do it. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, I don't care. I'm gonna wash my vehicle how I want to. It may not be the professional way, but like I've told you, I'm not a professional, so I'm a weekend warrior. I clean my truck to my specifications, not anybody else's. So as long as I'm happy with it, that's all that matters, and that's all I care about. So I guess that's it. If you like it, great. If you don't, great. If you want to subscribe, you can. I don't care. If you want to like it, you can. If you want to thumbs down it, I don't care. I don't live off YouTube like everybody else. I work 40 hours a week like everyone else at a normal job. So there you go. If you want to see more, great. I guess I'll see you guys later, and hope to see you in the next one.